What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW, and today we're going to go over a day trading recap. Real good day and a real good lesson. Check it out. Remember, guys, smash that like button for me. It really goes a long way in helping out the channel by feeding the YouTube algorithm. Also, remember that Webull is the app, the free stock trading app down there in the description section and in the comment section. You download the app, you fund your account with $100, and as of currently, you get 3 free stocks. All right, guys. So today started off with me focusing really on my watch list. I tweeted it out this morning. I put it out there, and it's on Twitter. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, make sure you do. Link in the description section below. I'm going to post up the tweet right around here somewhere. I was watching a few small caps, and I was watching tech stocks for continued weakness to the downside based off of yesterday. You know, since they came out with a new vaccine, 90% efficacy, a lot of those tech stocks have gotten kind of weak because it's all like transitioning, and people are like, okay, well, maybe we can fly again, maybe we can take cruises again, maybe we can, drive back to work. I don't really need to have Zoom anymore, stuff like that. So they've been pretty weak. So I was looking at those. As far as small caps go, one of the ones I was looking at, I don't think I had it on the watch list, picked it up a little bit after the bell, was GTEC, GTEC. And, this one made a real nice move, actually, not a decent, a real nice move. High day of $7. Unfortunately, I didn't catch any trades on it. This area right here was this area of consolidation was pretty choppy, but if you were able to get in here, decent in front of this $5, you made bank. You made money, because this 1 3-minute candle literally went from 536 to $7. That's monstrous. Those are the candles I love. Those are the ones I live for. Here now, this pullback here, it's pulled back on decreasing volume, kind of bounced off, increasing volume. So it has a chance. Oh, there it goes. Has a chance maybe to test up this high day here, and if it gets up there with some volume, it probably will break out. Let's keep an eye on this here. I'll edit this video accordingly, just in case it's going to take a little bit longer than expected, but it could go right now, or the next candle, it could break through $7. I would not look for an entry here just because it's too close to the high day, and I'd just be basing it off of this 90 MA right here. So I would not look for an entry here. My entry would have been potentially, and I did an entry because I didn't like it, well, somewhere in here, in this vicinity here in $6 land. But all I had there was just this previous top and the 90 MA. I was preferring, and I was looking for a deeper pullback into this VWAP and this previous consolidation area, but even that felt too deep. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to ignore GTEC and be conservative and protect my profits. I'm nicely in the green on the day, hit a nice triple. So really happy with that. I guess it doesn't look like it's going to make the move right now, but oh, wait for it. Is it going to go? Are you going to go? It doesn't know. I don't know why that happens so much in my videos. Every so often, I'll just throw out those type of rhymes, and they're not intentional. Believe me, I'm not that creative. Let's see, is it gonna move? Come on, man! Either make a decision here. Golly, it's like asking someone what they want for lunch. Like me, it's terrible. That doesn't decide. It doesn't decide. It doesn't decide. There we go. Come on, are you gonna do it? It's completely undecided, much like the vote counts of 2020. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this recap here. So I had that one on watch. Here is my gap scanner. I had watch after the bell. I had WISA on watch. I had, I believe, MOGO on watch. WES was on watch, I believe, as well. Some of these WS, I believe I had on watch, but WISA was the main watcher I had, but GTEC was where it was at. These are the trade idea scanners. If you don't have these, link in the description section below with a 15% off coupon code, okay? And I'll also leave a link in the comment section where you can actually download these scanners for 2 weeks, for a test drive of 2 weeks for just $8.99. You got to take advantage of that. That's a no-brainer. It's just less than the cost of lunch, and you get 2 weeks of these trade idea scanners, and you get to figure out whether you like them or not. I love them, been using it since I started trading like even when I was trading in a simulator account. So it looks like this is going to go now. It looks like it's going to go now. Here we go. 690 is being tested. 696. Let's go. Are you going to break out? I think it's going to, that volume, I think it might have a shot here. If it double tops, it's going to slam back down, but I think it's going to break out. There it is. There it is. 730. Wow. Well, there it is, guys. That's how it works, and that's how fast it can be. Now let's go ahead and jump into this day here. I have one live trade for you. Okay, it's a nice winner on the day, and GTEC, unbelievable, unbelievable. Let me remove these fib levels, since that's it for me on that one, at least for now. Let's see here. Let me grab that live trade. First, let me show you the actual trade itself. ZM completely fell out of bed this morning. Like, the alarm clock went off, and you know how like those iPhone alarms are like crazy loud and obnoxious? Well, that's what it heard, and it just bloop, fell right out of bed. And look at this, man, from a high right here of 414 all the way to a low of day of 366. Man, I was sitting here watching this dump, waiting for a bounce right back up into 400. I thought this one was going to give it to me, and I was going to get a little bounce, you know, a little low volume bounce into 400. The 9 EMA and the VWAP was up there. I was like, you know what? If I get a little bounce right into that level, I'm going to go in, boom, 200 shares. Mind you, I was still a little bit nervous about yesterday's Charles Schwab issues, so I was uncertain whether or not I was going to go full size today on anything or just play my cards very, very safely and very, very small size just in case I had any issues, especially on a short bias trade. So I was undecided what I was going to do, but that was the level I was watching and wanted. Didn't give it to me. It just, this quick little bounce right here to 396 and just bam, right back down. So I just sat here. I sat here and said, I'm going to wait for the first bounce, and I'm going to short the first bounce if it looks decent enough. I really wanted the first bounce to go all the way back up here to VWAP in this 9 EMA, but this volume was just so big. It showed so much momentum to the downside that it just didn't give it to me. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take a starter position, and I'm going to keep it very small overall. You know, if I get a shot to add to the position, then I will add, you know, 150, 200 shares. You know, I ideally would have wanted 300-400 shares of this stock today, or maybe even a little bit more. But because of yesterday's issues with lag on the platform, because of the overall market going insane, and all the brokers just having tech issues, I was like, I'm going to just keep it really small. So I took a starter, I added to it, right? Okay, right here, I took a starter. When it didn't break through that 385, I added to it, and then I took profits right into the drop. Let me move myself. You can see now the volume I was talking about, and then here's the move. Now let me grab the live trade. So I'll show you the live trade now, and then I'm going to show you my orders and P&L on the day. Let me pause this. 4-minute trade, so not bad at all. You know, I like those 4 to 10-minute trades. Those are generally, you know, a couple minutes to like 10 minutes. Those are generally the best ones for me currently. So here we are. You see the bounce. I get short on the bounce. I really ideally would have liked to have reached up there. So my thought process was simple. I had a double like sided plan here. I said, okay, here we're not getting above 385. I'm just going to take a starter. If we get above 385 and I see volume weak and we fail up here, I'm going to add. So I'm going to average up the position, but that's fine because I'm not averaging into it as a losing trade. I'm averaging into it as a planned out trade. Okay, my stop will be right above this 390. If I hit that and we, you know, have some volume coming in, I'm going to stop out of the trade. I'm going to take my L. I'm going to lose, you know, whatever, 300 bucks maybe. But if I'm right and this thing triggers, I'm going to make, you know, easily 1,000, maybe a little bit more, 1,500 bucks, right? So no problem. I have no problem averaging into it up here. That was the initial plan. It doesn't give it to me. So I say, okay, now, if we don't get up there and we fail right here, I expect the low day to get tested. I'm going to add right up in here. And then I'm going to have a new stop at 385. That's the plan. And here we go. Let's click play. And we'll fast forward just a little bit here. You see here we're moving. I only have 50 shares. I do add another 50 short. Okay. So that was perfectly fine. It's just small position. Another thing I want you to understand here is that small size. So like you'll have gurus out there galore, you know, running discords and whatnot, and they're like, oh yeah, you need 1,000 shares minimum of any trade so you can capitalize on 10 cents and make $100. Nonsense. Complete and utter nonsense. I have 50 shares short of this stock here. Like I told you at the beginning, I wanted much more. I'm going to add to the position here, and I'm just going to have 100 shares. That's it. I'm going to have 100 shares short of this stock right here. Okay, and I make decent profit. You know, watch. I'm just looking at the daily, looking at my targets. In case I do get to add to full size, my final target is 360 land. So anything between 365 and 360, I'm going to get flat if I have my full position, which, as you know, would have been, in this case for today, 200 shares. Ideally, it would have been 300 to 400 shares. Okay, so here we go. Looking at the daily, that 100-day moving average is there at 360s. And right here, I'll double up right there. Boom. Okay. So now I have a cost average of 382.40 on 100 shares, and I'm looking for it to continue going to the downside. Here we get that trigger, and it starts to go down, and here we go. Let me just keep fast forwarding it for you. We get that, and I'm like, maybe when that happened, I was like, I have a decision to make here. I'm either going to stop out of it at 385 and re-enter it up there, or I'm going to add to my full size, which is 200 shares up here. So it was just the same plan, right? It's the same plan that I had initially gotten into. It all just depended on the volume. Now, because this volume is so light on the bounce, I'm like, okay, if we get a breakthrough here and the volume stays small, I have no problem adding to the full size. It's all risk management. We don't get the break over. And then we kind of like stall here at 380. The volume does increase. I should have noticed that. But I was like, you know what? Let me just take off a little bit here. And I'm already up a couple bucks a share. So let me just take off a little bit here and hold on to the rest for the new low. So right here, boom, I'll bang out of 50 shares. Right there somewhere. See how we're stalled there at 380? We just stalled. Like a lot of buying stepped in there at 380. Like, you know what? Let me play it safe right there. Boom. I get rid of 50 shares. I cover them. And of course, immediately it drops right after my cover. And volume increases. So I have 50 shares. I'm up nicely on those. But I'm looking for a new low of day here. 378.28 is the low of day. I'm looking for that new low. And right there we get it. 378 is the new low. And then right in here, I cover the last 50 shares, boom, and I'm out of that trade right there and then. And, you know, like I was looking at this potentially happening at any point in time because I missed out on this huge move already, right? Because it never triggered exactly how I wanted it. So here's my realized P&L. You know, the first 50 I sold, $100 booked. The last 50 I sold, $232 booked. So ended up the day a little bit above a triple with $333 made. I really like that number, 333. And here are my order statuses. You'll see, you know, short 50 shares at 382.27, short 50 shares again at 382.56, covered some at 380.23, and then got flat at 377.91. I thought that was a great take profit. I wish I would have had my whole position at that point, but you know me, I'm a conservative trader, and I really like to read the ambient while I'm in the trade. Let me know how you did today. Drop it in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hit that notification bell so you're alerted when I upload my next video. And remember, I'm going to be going live soon, so you're not going to want to miss that. So hit the notification bell, and I'll catch you on the next one.